Hey everyone. Alright, so today we are 10 weeks. Today's been this week's been one of the weeks that I've been looking forward to getting to. We're now in double digits, which is kind of our first little milestone before we get through to that 12-week mark. Only 2 more weeks to go, which is cool. So the last week has been, yeah, it's been okay. There hasn't really been anything major that's happened this week. But food wise, everything's been going okay. The last 3 days, probably, at least, I've started to feel really good. Yesterday was definitely a really good day. Like, it was the first time I've actually done like a full hour of exercise too, which was cool. Bit of a combination of doing weights and doing, did like 15 minutes on the treadmill afterwards as well. So nothing extreme, obviously. I think a lot of people would probably be surprised how much I've pulled things back, but yeah, I don't know. I think again, like last time, I talked a little bit about it's so individual to you, and you've kind of got to do what you feel is right. So for me, I don't know. In my mind, I feel like, and I've said this kind of the whole way through, is that once we get to that 12-week mark, I'll probably feel a lot more comfortable, with pushing a little bit harder and that sort of thing. Obviously, still being relative to myself and nothing near what I used to do, but just pushing my body a little bit further, I suppose. But at the moment, I'm just trying to get past that 12-week point and just going with how my body feels. So I don't know. Some call it mother's instinct or whatever, but yeah, so at the moment, things are still relatively light. I don't think I'm lifting anything over 10 kilo dumbbells at all. No, I'm not. That'll probably be in a couple of weeks as I'm slowly trying to progress my weights back up again. So it actually went really well yesterday. I really enjoyed it, and I'm back in today. I'm about to head in and hopefully do something very similar again. I have been doing upper body training and then lower body training 4 times a week if I have been able to. It was probably last week maybe that I had 3 or 4 days of the gym off because I just wasn't feeling right, and I don't know, we kind of both decided that it was maybe best just to have a bit of a break and let my body rest, and I think that was the best thing to do at the time. Today I'm going to do a little bit of lower body stuff, and for me, my focus is going to be on trying to activate my glutes as well, because I have a bit of an issue with that anyway. And I'm not really sure where it's come from, but it can be from like a lot of mums that have already had kids. They'll obviously get quite a curve in their back and like popping forward, so you're actually totally deactivating your glutes because of the way you're loading that pressure up. And that can be quite bad in terms of back pain and that sort of thing. So pregnancy can definitely make that quite bad, especially towards the end, and also for mums carrying their babies around and that sort of stuff. I carry our dog Indy around a lot, which I've tried to alter how I am, like I'm trying to get practice in now with altering how I am lifting her, because already it's kind of putting a little bit of pressure on my back. But yeah, so I'm going to try and do some stuff that will be like flexible as well. So I'm going to try and do like long walking lunges and stuff like that. I did them last week, and I've just got 4 kilo dumbbells in each hand. I started off body weight, and again I've just progressed a little bit each time, just doing what feels good. And so definitely not getting myself ready for anything extreme. I just want to be fit and strong and healthy for the baby, and having the best chance to get through as much of this without too much repercussions. But the other thing for me too was, I don't know, I suppose, I guess a lot of women probably deal with it as well, but it's the comparing to other females parts. So there's a couple of women on Instagram that I follow that have just had kids, and they're already back to before where they were, like weight-wise and in terms of look as well. One of them, very different structure to me though. She's very skinny, she... not really so much muscle, all obviously fitness people, so either bikini or figure athletes and stuff like that. But so for me, it's trying to understand where I am in my journey, and trying to keep baby healthy rather than thinking about that aspect of it too much. The bonus has been that the last few days I've started to feel really good again. I've actually felt like me, and like I was saying to Brendan, it almost feels like the me before, like ages ago, like the me before all the stress we had for that 9 months, because we're not trying to achieve anything anymore, like in that sense. It's not the stress of I could do whatever I wanted. Well, not really, kind of, but like in terms of intensity with exercise and that sort of stuff, it was different to how it is now. But I feel like all that weight has been lifted off me because we've now obviously achieved that, and I'm pregnant and everything's going really well. So I kind of feel like the me before we embarked on this journey, which has been really nice, but at the same time I just have to, I'm very aware of it, and I'm just making sure that I'm taking things slow and listening to my body and trying to balance food and stuff back out now as well, because that was getting quite carby. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just want to try and balance it out so I've got good energy levels, and I do want to maintain not maintain obviously, but I want it to be a nice, slow, steady progression with weight and not put too much on, because I don't want there to be, like too much excess weight for baby and that sort of stuff. I think a certain element of it is unnecessary. First trimester's definitely thrown me some curveballs this time around. But so, yeah, and I think for a lot of women it does. I think I might have said last week, but out of all the women that I've got at the moment, there's about 4 or 5 of us, only one has had no morning sickness. And she's 20 weeks now, so she won't be getting it now. But yeah, that threw me a massive curveball. I wasn't expecting that, and I thought that if anyone could get through it, that it would be me. We've done 20-30 week preps where I haven't had anything off plan. But yeah, this was totally different to what I thought it was going to be, and that was a good learning experience for me. It's better insight for me when I'm dealing with my woman as well, that it's not just, black and white. But yeah, and in saying that though, I probably pushed things out a little bit further than I needed to in terms of milking the, I'm feeling real sick all the time, blah, 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 and I need to eat shit things. But so I said to Brendan yesterday, I'm basically going to clear out all the stuff in the house that doesn't really need to be there anymore. There's a couple of blocks of chocolate that shouldn't really be there, which I'll replace for dark chocolates and stuff again. And I've started getting all the salad ingredients down again, because I'm actually able to eat all that, whereas before I was feeling so shit I just couldn't keep any of that down. But yeah, so back to good balance. We've been doing barbecues the last couple of nights, and all that's looking really good. But yeah, so the only other thing for this week, I suppose, is we start the testing stuff, the side of things. So at 10 weeks they send for get us to go and get blood tests done, and the blood tests are one of 2 things that help to give you the result on the chance of Down syndrome and that sort of stuff. We should be pretty good because we're both really healthy, and I'm young as well, which always helps. But nevertheless, it's it's an important thing to have an idea of and just know how everything's going. And then once that's done, then it is going to be 12 and a half weeks. It'll be we're going to go and get the scan done. So yeah, that was interesting, because when we were talking to the lady about it, she said it was for Down syndrome testing, which is fine. But all I gave a shit about was seeing our baby. So she said that is going to be our best opportunity to see, other than a dating scan, which we didn't need because we already knew exactly when we conceived and that sort of thing. The dating scan is done quite early on, so you don't really see a lot of the baby anyway. But in terms of seeing baby and knowing exactly how they're looking, all that sort of stuff, the scan at 12 to 13 weeks is a really good time to do that, because baby's quite well developed by then as well. Even now, I was looking at, I was reading through my app today, and baby's about 4 centimeters. And yeah, that's the size or look of a strawberry, but the whole body is basically developed. The head's still a little bit further along than the rest of the body, but full arms, full legs, fingers, toes, all that sort of stuff, eyelids, everything. But yeah, so another 3 weeks, there's quite a bit more development too, because it goes from being 3 or 4 centimeters to being 7 by the time that we tell our family, which will be 13 weeks on the dot. But yeah, so that'll be exciting. But yeah, okay, so that's all for this week anyway. Next week, I suppose I'll run you through what happened with the blood test that we're going to do this week, but I think it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, bye.